Hello everybody, it's Vaultboyhunter doing a video for MagicGatheringStrat. Kinda doing one of just a kinda brew idea I had, foundation to kinda build on. It is Shadow, guys, or Shadow Armor, or however you want to call it. Kinda the point is to get a couple Shadow Duders into play, drop in Ethereal Armor, Hyena Umbra, Fate Foretold, get them big, get them in there. Shadow's kind of the other evasive ability that kind of got explored a little more in the Time Spiral block with cards like the Looter, but kind of just lives in Tempest block. Not much to say about it besides the fact that creatures with Shadow can't be blocked except for by creatures with Shadow. They also can't block creatures that don't have Shadow. Basically, they exist outside of the plane of reality, blah blah blah. Anyway, 16 creatures, 21 others, lots of card draw to keep my hand full for the armor. 23 lands, Inuna's Grace, just filter away extra lands for extra card draw, but even then, lands in hand aren't bad with the armor. Sideboard is some Cops, Spreading Seas for anti-Tron, Museum Skin for anti-heavy removal, and a couple Hindering Lights for targeted spells against my beefed up foot soldiers and so on. This is just a rough idea. I haven't really done any sort of refining. This is my first build of it, but it's not like it's a complicated deck, just kind of all in there, get in there sort of deck. So let's try to get a game going. See how that goes. It's probably going to tell me that I need to import a deck. No, hey, I recognize my decks. Pauper Shadow Armor, best 2 out of 3, just for fun, and let's see how long it takes to get a match going. Can't help but notice that apparently the Vintage Master spoilers ended with only 89 cards spoiled, so that's a little disappointing. No creature. I can play all of my spells. I got them all again. I try to get a little action. That's a keep. I can ripple land and kind of go to work. So or I can miss my land drop and get boned, which is a possibility too. Okay, so he's playing a mono black control. Land, please. Thank you. Let's drop the Sultari Tripper. And he'll probably chittering rats me. Yep. And I will put a literal core on top. I'm gonna umbra that guy. And get in there for 3. Okay. Oubliette. Okay. Not much I can do against an oubliette with this build. There is the guy that does destroy enchantments, so let's deal with Looter this time. Oh, I want to rip another land. This is probably like just a really bad matchup. Wow. He's rolling on all the oubliettes. Okay, so this would be the turn to rip another land. Or not. You know, whatever. It's only 23 lands in the deck. Wow. Alright, I'm just gonna concede. Okay, so that's the kind of the downfall of playing a brand new deck. Is sometimes you just meet a deck that's way better. Let's cut. Actually, let's cut those. Get my Mizium skin on. And cement. Okay, run it back. That's better. Okay, so best thing that could happen is I rip a land off the top. Check my 23 lands. You would think that I would have a chance of drawing them a little more often. Yeah, we're just gonna let him take out the first trooper with the fume spitter. What? I don't think I've ever seen that card before. I mean, I've seen it, but like, wow. Okay. I literally cannot draw an extra land to save my life. Okay. So let's see if he has the oubliette. No, okay. So he's going for like maximum, like, mono black value playing cards like that. I'm gonna go all in on my shadow guy. Yeah, they're for just a huge chunk of life. Is this the same deck? Because it seems like it's veered off in a really strange direction. Maybe you just had a really good draw that first game. Ah, unbelievable. It's only 23 lands. This will be, yep, a Gary. Gaining him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 life. Going back up to 10. Maybe you can do 5. So I really need to rip a land or an ethereal armor. And this one. And that, folks, is balls out aggro. I cannot understand why for the life of me I can't draw that third land. I just don't get it. I don't want to cut any creatures. I don't want to cut any of the armors. Yeah, let's run it back one more time. Come on, 3-lander. Or no lander. It's a straight up mulligan. I think that's a keeper, but like, just like on the outer edge of keepability. Okay. So he's just kind of building his hand. Wow. I guess I'm gonna drop the Terramorphic and go get a island. I drew all of the Terramorphics. Okay. Let's try to armor him up. And then drop another him. I should have, yeah, I sequenced that wrong. Well, it does draw me an extra card, so. Okay, so I know. Oh, great. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily leave me in horrible shape. And if he's playing Gary, okay. Yeah. So Vintage Masters stopping the spoilers halfway through the spoilers is odd. I know there's overlap with the conspiracy cards. They've made that clear that there's going to be a lot of overlap, but you would think that they would have stuck to one all the way through. What's he got? That. I will put the ethereal armor on top. Okay. Like that. Like that. And that's a little guts verdict. Perfing. Big ol' Gary. Yeah, I don't think there's any coming back this time. I think the deck's on the right track. I'm probably gonna just go ahead and do just like another match here. I guess this was pretty short. See what I can get him to. 18. Well, not that impressive. Okay, good game, sir. Okay, so let's do another game. Let's take a look at what I have. I don't really care for the favorite holds. I think they're kind of just a waste of time. So let's do something a little bit better. Let's see. Making an adjustment on the fly. Cut the fates. And maybe it's gonna just be better to do like a ponder or a preordained sorcery. Let's add 4 ponders and then run with that. I think that might just be better. It gives me more 1-drops, lets me draw to bad land situations. So, okay, let's try it again. I might pause if I don't get a match here in another second or so. Yeah, I'm gonna pause. Okay. I'll be back when I get a match thing. Okay. And just like every other time, as soon as I pause, I get a match. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Better draw. I'm gonna keep. And I'm gonna lead on the plains to get a foot soldier into play right away. And the next turn I can drop the guild gate and put the hyena armor on it, or umbra on it, sorry. It's a totem armor. Snow covered. That indicates that he's probably playing zoo. So let's see if he wants to burn a scred on a 1/1. Oh, a lightning bolt on a 1/1. Okay. This will be a good matchup for the Museum skins out of the board. Okay. So let's drop Terramorphic. Go get a island. I'll go get a plains. And then we'll drop a looter. Boom. So he's playing like a mono red, super responsive sort of build. So I'm just gonna actually get in there for one. See if he lets me do that. No, he does not. Okay, so let's ponder. No, I want to draw the soldier. Maybe I need mana leaks. Maybe I need to do a permission package in it. I probably do. Here, 1 second. Okay. So let's see if he'll let me attack with my 2 damage guy. I have 5 cards in hand. Oh, wow, he took some damage. I'm gonna deep. Draw me some cards. And get a land draw. It looks like I might have just enough creatures to keep up with him, or he's gonna just start dumbing me, which is really more intelligent. Or he's not doing nothing. Which is the optional third option. Nope, Scredding. He's Scredding me. Suddenly I feel like I got Scredded. I'm gonna drop a Trooper and a Looter and we're going to deep out of the yard. I draw a couple extra cards. And no need to play those lands. So I'll save him either for an in his grace or for a Has he dealt me any damage directly? No, he's not. He's like so preoccupied with keeping my board clear that he's not aimed anything at me. I shouldn't have played that land. It's okay. It should be negligible. Okay, so let's play another deep analysis. Okay. So next turn could get saucy because I can drop both of the armors and hopefully what? Okay. Maybe he's just been screwed on a color? Okay, so you're gonna kill that. Okay. So let's try the Imperial Armor. And then we'll put the Ethereal Armor on. And then let's get in there for 6. And that should be fairly hard for him to deal with. I mean, all that, besides the Screds, I mean, I guess the Screds can't dome me. He only has a lightning bolt that can. Apparently he's just been color screwed for most of the game. I did. I thought he was mono red. Oh, I want accumulated knowledges. I hope this get reprinted in Vintage Masters. Like, I madly hope this get reprinted in Vintage Masters. Because that would be so incredibly nice if they did. Okay, so we're going to deep me. Get a couple more cards, and then we're going to ponder me, and get not the Una's Grace, nope, and then go ahead and Grace me, and then just get in there. So I'm going to draw and set the second Ethereal Armor, but I didn't. Those would be great in this deck. Just the ability to consistently keep your hand full, really. So, excellent. Okay. So I have a couple things for against him. So let's cut probably the Grace, and one of the Deep Analysis, one of the Ponders, and one of the Umbras, and let's bring in Skin, 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 and cut one of the Armors, draw Hindering Light, and let's do one more Ponder for one more Hindering Light. Okay. And that gives me a little more ability to combat the spot removal. Which is nice. Yeah. So yeah, my fear was that they were going to spoil a bunch of conspiracy cards because a lot of them will be in Vintage Masters. And then kind of roll both out at the same time, which for those of us who don't get a lot of conspiracy cards online because they're the weird draft warping ones, I'm less than excited about that. It just isn't, to me. It's like a complete worthless week with spoilers for the most part. I mean, like, if Brainstorm or Accumulated Knowledge or any of those get reprinted, they're more than likely, like, at least Brainstorm apparently is already quasi-confirmed for Conspiracy and not for Vintage Masters. But it's probably going to be one of the ones that appears in Conspiracy and gets put into Vintage Masters. So, okay. So next turn into Ponder. Not that afraid of your Seagate Oracle. Okay, so let's drop that and Ponder. And that's all good. So let's go Foot Soldier, Umbra, Foot Soldier, and no. So I'll have my Foot Soldier in hand, and then the next turn, let's see if I can get him to tap out. Maybe go a little crazy. No, okay. So I'm definitely not playing my only Foot Soldier into that much untapped mana, and I'm not all that afraid of his one Seagate Oracle in play. So next turn I'll probably... Well, I know I'm drawing the Foot Soldier. Oh, are you gonna ninja? Oh, you're gonna ninja. Okay, so this will be a good turn for me. Especially if he plays land and then replays the Seagate Oracle. Okay, awesome. Okay, so drop the island, Foot Soldier, and Hyena Umbra. Okay. Why the Hyena Umbra? Because while it only increases it, I can sacrifice it if it dies to keep him alive. Yeah, it just automatically sacrifices itself, I guess. I need one more white mana there. Okay, so the best thing I could get off the top is a white mana, and I didn't. So let's go for a Deep Analysis, and Guild Gates, and Foot Soldier. Okay, so now he's gonna get in here for more stuff. There's not a lot I can do about. I guess he can play another ninja. Getting back his weird. And he's gonna replay the weird. Okay, so let's drop the other Guild Gate, and we're gonna go, and then armor, armor, 5/5. Which I guess he could discred out probably. We'll see. If he's got discred, I'm just gonna scoop. 2, 4, 5, 6. Really, he probably just has a lightning bolt, and I should probably just scoop anyway. So this deck needs actual hard counters. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna scoop. Okay. Got the other deep, or upon the other hindering light. Like, my cops don't do anything, because it's just not that type of deck. Okay. Let's see if we can go over the top. He's taking his sweet time. Okay. Yes, I like to play first. And I'm gonna keep that. So the question is, do I go? Yeah, I have to go. First turn, creature, and start drawing out burn from them. Wow. Maybe I need one more set of creatures. I know I definitely need some counter spells. I need to make this more aggro control, apparently. Flame Slash. Excellent. Okay, so I guess I want to drop the looter here. And she'll pick off in one of many horrifying ways. Oh, okay. Or he'll invoke a happy dragon, which is not quite the play I expected, but let's discard this here. We're keeping that Umbra. See what he's got. Okay. Jeez. I don't think I can win against this guy with my current build. Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop. Okay, so what did that teach me? That taught me, both games taught me that I need to have some sort of protection package. So where do I make cuts? The Ponders probably need to go, and they probably need to become, let's say, Mana Leaks. Let's just say counter target. I know I don't have counter spells because they're expensive. Okay, so there's some a little bit of counter magic there. And out on my sideboard, let's cut those hindering lights and make them into actually no deprive. Might actually work pretty good in this type of deck because returning a land in a clutch moment. Here, let's move forward a sideboard and we'll cut one. So that just gives me a little more out of the sideboard. Maybe I should cut a deep, have the Un's Grace, or cut 2 deeps, and play wonder how much counter spells are here. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna take a look. Okie dokie. So counter spells actually are not as expensive as they have been in the past. So I went ahead and invested in a couple or 4 because favorite card ever right here, folks. Too good for modern counterspell. So it should definitely help. Need to make 2 cuts from the deck, and they are probably going to be a Hyena Umbra, and I don't want to cut any creatures. What else could go? What else could go? Probably one of the mana leaks. Maybe make the mana leak board and then cut a deprive. Name or sort by name. That's not name. Come on. Sort by name. I hate this. Why can't you just sort by name? Oh, yeah. Gosh. Okay. So that's a little more solid. With the permission backup, the protection out of the board. Little less card draw, but really, I mean, with Dune's Grace and the deep analysis, it should be fine. But yeah, that's all I'm doing tonight. I'll play some more videos with it tomorrow night. So, okay, thank you much. Thanks for watching. Yeah, like, comment, tell me ideas you might have for the deck. Any suggestions are, of course, always taken into consideration. If you saw any misplays, but really I kind of got rolled by Mono Black Control in the first game. And then the second game, I mean, he did pretty good on keeping me off creatures, and he knew after the first game that's all he really needed to do. So having the counter package, the 7 counter spell should help me out with that in further games. So maybe cutting those armors and just going all in on the cards in hand armor with more card draw is a way to go. But that'll be for experimenting in the future. But yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks.